these days. So diabetes, what is that? Like diabetes, obesity, type 2 diabetes, diabesity. Why do I say it like that? Because it really comes with obesity, okay? 1 in 2 people have it. 90% of the people don't even really realize it yet. And of those 90%, I'm going to put a statistic in there on my own because I know a few. 10% don't care. They don't give a rat's behind if they have diabesity or not. Because it's genetic and it's just been predetermined that they would have it and it would take them down. So before I dive into that, I also put in there my Santa savings. So make sure you stay to the end because today starts day 1 of my 12 days of giveaways, right? So I'm sorry, but diabetes is the devil. It is, hey, Kristen, it is absolutely the devil. And if you're not understanding it and you have it, please, please listen. It's in my family. I've watched it be reversed, and then I've watched it carelessly go right back into type 2 diabetes with a vengeance. It is 100% reversible, so please, Janet, look at you being on having a baby today. Congratulations. It is 100% reversible. Fight me on that. I don't care. Type 2 diabetes, diabesity is reversible. Here's where it comes from. It comes from, the real cause is this: poor diet, eating crappy foods, chronic stress, your microbes, your toxins, your allergens, allergies, all of that swipes over, yes, your genes. So if you're predisposed for it and you eat that way, you're manifesting it. Sorry, not sorry. I was told this by a doctor when I said, I'm scared, I have heart disease in my family. I'm very worried because in our 40s, we start with heart attacks. And his response was, you are going down the right path to not have that happen. You're genetically, whatever, disposed, or however you want to say it, to, yes, have heart disease, have diabetes, have all these things. But when you do what you should be doing to either keep yourself out of that area or whatever it is, it should not manifest, okay? Remember this. It is always easier to prevent something than it is to reverse something once you have it. I've watched it reverse, and then I've watched it, like I said, come back with a vengeance. And here is how, you know what's so great with this, which is not great, but guys, listen up. If you know anybody with diabetes, or if you've just been diagnosed with diabetes, here's what comes with it. And I don't mean to be sarcastic, but guys, it is like a downward spiral once you have this diabesity, okay? It comes along with our elevated blood sugar, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease. It's just a downstream of symptoms, one after the other, and it just takes over everything. It really does. And when it goes untreated for so long with those 90% of the people that they're not even aware they have it, that's where that starts to downward spiral. So yeah, it's insulin resistance. And what we always think is, oh, well, we don't have enough insulin. Actually, there's too much insulin from the empty calories we eat, from the more crap you eat, the more that your cells become resistant to insulin. And then you're hungry because you're eating empty calories, and you crave, and your hormones and all these things. Oh, speaking of hormones, don't miss my Santa special. That it continues to go, and I don't want to be like, oh, I know everything there is to know about it, but I clearly have watched someone, and I cannot stress this enough. Yes, it doesn't have to be a way of life. And that's the thing. It's like everything is a disease. And I talked about this with Rebecca yesterday. Everything is a disease and we think it's a death sentence. Dude, so much of it is reversible with diet, right? Like with diet. And please, if you're diabetic and your doctor says, eat sugar-free this, drink Diet Coke, drink... No, that's even way worse. So it's crap again. So heart disease, stroke, dementia, cancer, these things all come with it. It's like a package deal when you don't take care of it, when you don't know you have it, when you haven't. And if it's in your family, and you know it's in your family, please go get tested. Please. Yeah, food is like 100% medicine, and it's amazing how we don't look at it that way. Like the first question that should be asked when someone is not feeling right, what have you been eating? What did you eat yesterday? Right? And I know I'm kind of like steering away from the whole diabetes thing, but I have 8 steps. 8 steps that can help you reverse it. Okay? It's kind of lengthy as far as explanation. So if you would like that list, if you would like a picture of it, if you would like me to send it to you, please send me a message and I will give it to you. But clearly, number 1, we've talked about was knowing the tests that you should be having when you go to your doctor, knowing what to ask that doctor. And of course, number 2, you know what, I'm not going to tell you number 2 because that's going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, what? Number 2? What? How did? Very simple steps. So if you want the list, please shoot me a message, comment below. I will be more than happy to snapshot it and send it to you, because when it comes to stuff like this, I think so many of us, even, and the reason why I say this is because I've spoken with this person in my family that has diabetes, totally unaware of these things. So I don't fault that. I do fault the eating of the person, because you should know. But if you don't, and you don't know what to ask, thanks so much, Val. Here's the thing, Val. The knowledge that I have and the knowledge that I'm gaining from the schooling that I'm going to, I just want to share it and get it out there. And here's why. We have to be our own advocate, and we have to know so much what questions to ask, because if you don't, we that downward spiral, like all that stuff. Here's your suitcase full of all the other diseases, reversible diseases, preventable diseases that come along with diabetes. You know, some of the diabetic medications cause dementia. And then the dementia medications probably mess with your insulin levels. So it's just so crazy. So before I get like so crazier into that, 8 steps, send me a message. My Santa special for today, I will preach it. I will preach it. I'll stand on my little pulpit and I will preach it, and you take the information and you do what you want with it. I hope that you take it and kind of get an open mind about it and do some research, because that's huge. If you didn't watch my Live Talk Tuesday with Rebecca yesterday and all the things that she had to go through that the doctors didn't know the answers to, that she went and did on her own, go watch that. Life-changing for her. Life-changing. So sometimes we have to step outside of the little 4 walls of the doctor's office and know what steps to take, because it's not about eating sugar-free stuff and all these things. It really isn't, guys. That's way worse for you than anything you ever realize. So I'm done. I won't go off the deep end on that. So my Santa special, since you're still here and you've hung out till the end, 12 days of giveaways. Like, I love Ellen. I haven't been watching Ellen, but you know how Ellen always does the 12 days of giveaways, and like a million years ago, Justin Timberlake was like the little dancing gingerbread guy or whatever. I wish I had that. But I love how she gives things away and offers things to people. So my offering to you, and I'm going to post a separate post to this, where we're talking about health and wellness and all these things that come along with it. There's so much that we can be educated on. So this self-paced course that I created is day 1 of the 12 days of giveaways. And it is 50%, yeah, that's right, 50% off of what it normally is. So I will be posting that later. Keep your eyes open for that Santa special, day 1. Clearly, there's 11 more days to come, so you need to watch that. But seriously, guys, on a lighter note, I know that like all the goodies are coming out for Christmas, and all the sweets and all the sugar and all this stuff, and just please be aware. It scares me to death. It pisses me off and chokes me up that it's in my family, and the way that it is just ignored, and how it is not, the knowledge is not there. So if they don't listen, I hope you listen to me, because it scares the daylights out of me to see what it's done to someone that I dearly love, and I don't want to see it happen to anybody else. So yes, diabetes is 187% reversible. And with that being said, I'm going to end this video. So if you want those 8 steps, please shoot me a message and we'll chat more tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.